Hi, Brian McAvoy here with Inside Out Trading. And in this video, you're going to learn how long it should take for you to become a successful trader. I get this question a lot. In the 11 and a half years I've been helping people, I found that this is a really good natural curiosity. And you're going to find out the surprising answer. It's actually shorter than you think. Okay, so let's get started. I mean, seriously, I have a lot of people, they'll ask me, especially people who've been trading for 4, 5, 8, 10, 12 years, and are still struggling with it. They're like, Brian, how long should this take? I mean, I know that it's, not get rich quick, but man, how long should this take? Because it seems like it's taking forever. And yeah, granted, trading, there is a significant body of knowledge with this industry and this occupation, this profession. It is a true profession. But here's the thing. It is a real profession, but it's a skill-based occupation. This is not an art. This is a matter where it's business. Everything can be quantified, formulated, and broken down to a very business-like, very predictable manner, which means that you can learn it, and you can learn it in a reasonable period of time. Now, the way some traders trade, yes, it's almost an art form. And they'll tell their pupils, you just have to, you have to spend this, the screen time until you can see this in the charts, or until you can see it. And it's, it's just a matter of putting in those hundreds and maybe thousands of screen hours, which, as far as I'm concerned, while that may work, and the guys are, they're sincere in their efforts to, teach people to be traders, that's not the best way for somebody who's new, and they don't want to spend 4 to 10 to 12, 20 years getting profitable as a trader. I mean, if your goal really is to get into this business and get it up into the point of sustained profitability as soon as possible, well, there are better ways to go about it. You don't have to be an artist. You don't have to be, all sophisticated and esoteric about it. You can approach this from a very simple and straightforward manner, and that's cool. I mean, that's one of the best things about it. Okay, so back to the question. How long should it take? Well, again, understanding that it's a skill-based business, and if you have proper tutelage and you're being brought along a proper path for you, realistically, it should only be a matter of months. I mean, if you think about it, of course, there are certain variables in here. Everybody's going to be a little different as far as their aptitude, their ability to learn, how well you're matched up with who's teaching you, and the materials that you have to work with, your time that you have, to devote to learning this occupation. And I'm not talking about just, goofing around playing in the demo account and busy trading. I'm talking about time devoted to learning. If you can devote, say, even just 5 hours a week, which, if you're serious about this, I mean, if you want to get a degree or something like that, 5 hours a week is a drop in the bucket. So with this, if you're willing to and you can devote 5 hours a week to just learning the skills and the business of trading and being a trader, seriously, months. I mean, if you think about it, over a 6-month span, that's 26 weeks, okay? Now, 5 hours a week, that's 130 hours. That's 130 hours of learning time. So yeah, I mean, yes, there is a reasonable body of knowledge that goes with this, and yes, it is skill-based business, so it takes a little bit of time, but 130 focused hours just spent on learning, even if you're only spending, say, 2 hours a week, well, six months, that's 26 weeks, that's still 52 hours of just time learning what you need to learn to get good at this and to be competent at it. Okay, I'm sure that's well within your abilities. Something really cool that I just learned about from a friend of mine. I never heard of it before, but she was telling me that she just signed up for a career accelerator program, which, come to find out, it's kind of like trade school. It's where you're going to go in and learn a specific skill set for a specific occupation and in a very condensed period of time. Not, the 4, 8, or 12-year degree like you get in college. No, this is where you're going in and you're getting a real concentrated. She was saying that, some of them run like boot camps where it's like 3 months and they're setting you up to be prepared to go do a job competently. Others, when I got on and looked at it, I mean, they go anywhere from 3 months to a year and a half. But that's it. And that's cool. I mean, because if you think about it, trading is not a whole lot different. Like I said, if you're getting, concentrated, proper education that follows a curriculum that covers all the bases, yeah, it shouldn't take 4, 5, 10 years for you to get good at this. I mean, that's the whole thing. This is a skill-based business. You get good at it, you're going to be good at it. You'll know how to make money. You'll know how to manage yourself and run the business and be profitable and scale it and grow it on the whole 9 yards. That's the whole bit. So this is really cool. So as far as how long does it take, really to make it as a trader, even if you're brand new to this industry, you've never started a business before, you've never, worked as a trader even in the financial field before, 6 months, maybe a year, because there are several learning curves that you have to go through. You have to learn about, the industry of trading, the basics of how things work in this, this industry, and being a trader, both being a trader and starting up and running your own business, again, because it is a business. So you have a handful of learning curves that you have to go through in order to acquire the skills and the knowledge, the understandings to be a fully independent and self-sufficient trader. But it shouldn't take years and years of doing this. Now, if you find that, yes, it is taking you years, maybe you've been at this for 5 years and you're still not anywhere close to where you want to be, don't feel bad. Nobody told you this. Nobody's incentivized to tell you this when you first get started. Most people who are incentivized to be talking to you when you're early as a trader, they're incentivized to get you busy, and that's what they're going to do. Nobody really is incentivized to say, hey, slow down, learn to do this properly. Nobody has a personal stake in that as far as your interest. I take that interest because that's what I do. I mean, I got into it to help people, and I know there's a lot of sharks out there, a lot of charlatans and scammers, and not nearly as much good help as there should be. There is good help, but not nearly as much as there should be. It's a bad balance. So anyway, okay, with that said, here's the thing. I mean, think about it. Say you've been trading for 5 years. What have you been focusing your time on for the last year or two? I mean, you learn enough. You learned all the, you learned 80%, 90% of what you now know you learned in your first few months of trading. So what have you been spending your most recent months on? When you're spending your time on trading, what are you spending your time on? Are you still attending more webinars on new methods for trading or new strategies? And if you are, I totally get it. I have clients tell me all the time, it's like, Brian, I'm getting bombarded, and I keep watching these other webinars because I feel like I'm missing out, or I might be missing out if I don't attend it. And that's a perfectly natural feeling. Understand, yes, there are dozens and dozens of general methods for trading, most of which work when done properly. But you don't need all of them. You just need what works for you. So even if what you've got, even if it's not the absolute best ever thing on the planet, if what's working for you is working for you, then that's really what you want, right? Okay. So back to the training and how long this should take. If your time is focused on the right training, you're getting proper instruction on what you do need to know, yes, months. If most of your time is spent trying to figure out what you don't know, you know that you're missing something, but you don't even know what it is, and so a lot of your time is spent trying to figure out what you don't know, and then it's not there to be explained to you. So now you're just spending a lot of time kind of chasing a ghost that you don't even know what you're chasing. Okay, that's not a lot of wasted time. Yes, it is going to take years at that rate. But so this is why it's really good news if, again, you get the right training. It's focused on what you need to do, the skill set for being a self-directed independent trader, and the full set of skills, not just a method for trading. This is where so many traders get messed up, is they just focus on new systems, new methods for trading. That's not what you're missing. You already have available to you, and you've probably had in your hands, workable methods. That's not what you're missing. You're missing the other stuff. That aside, if you have proper training and you can devote the time to it, even just a few hours a week, months, not years. Again, if you've been doing this for a long time and you're still not where you want to be, then it's a matter of changing your focus of what you're doing, and instead of just continuing to do what you've been doing, or jumping from one system to another thinking that you know all you need to know. No, recognize your training did miss some things that you need to know to be in this profession. And that's okay. Time to seek out what it is you need to fill in those gaps, because this is not that tough of a profession. It is certainly within your capabilities. Now, there are other, of course, one of the challenges of being in this business is the number of variables that are there. And one that I get a lot from traders is, Brian, should I be a discretionary trader or a mechanical trader? And, questions like these. In the next video, I'm going to answer that specific question, should you be a mechanical trader or a discretionary trader? and the the pros and cons with each, so that you understand maybe where you're at. Maybe you're pursuing it in a way that doesn't serve you well right now, and it would be worthwhile to change direction, at least temporarily. So anyway, we'll touch on that in the next video. I look forward to seeing you. If you have any questions, definitely contact me. Swing by Inside Out Trading. I got free training for you there. Love to help you out. Talk to you soon. Cheers. Now, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give me a thumbs up down below. And of course, do share this with your friends. Also, what are your thoughts on the matter? How long do you think it should take? Feel free to leave a comment down below. Share your thoughts. And of course, feel free to swing by InsideOutTrading.com. Talk to you soon. Cheers.